an ironic thing. Last time we seen these two teams take the field, they were both losers, losing grand finals of their respective competitions. The Lions in Super Rugby going down the last 2 seasons in grand finals. The Guardians of the Crib, on the other hand, in the Global Rugby Challenge, going down to the Flakers. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the subscriber series, the Global Rugby Challenge, where you guys take the field. Today is our third match of round 1, where we see the Guardians of the Crib, the losing finalists from season 1, in action for the first time. How has their team changed? Well, let's take a look at the starting 15 here for the Guardians. The front row will consist of the front row squad: Luke de Normanville, Mike Hunt and Owen Fagan. The second row, another returnee in Jake Waller. He partners a newcomer with Josh Howard. The back row sees another one returning to the Guardians, Max Wilder. He's got 2 new guys with him there, Theo Clark and Michael Shepherd at number 8 in the back row. At scrum half will be Ken Lynch, and he'll partner Dom Butler in the halves. Moving to the centres, we have Tom Guest and Oliver Elliott-Williams. On the wings, left side, Louis Trotman, and on the right will be James Garner. At fullback is Fergus Lamb in the first Guardians team of season number 2. Can they go one better this year? It'll take a long time to find out, but we will see if they've got the goods. Up against them will be losing finalists from Super Rugby. So 2 teams that are looking to become winners yet again. 2 teams who know what it takes to get to a final, but have still failed to make that conversion. They've got a very, very strong side, and there's a reason why they make finals is because of that great team. We've got one of the best South African players going around the front row at the moment, and Malcolm Marks starting at hooker. A very good back row as well, led by Jaco Kriel and Quagga Smith. In the backs, you cannot argue with Ross Cronje and Elton Jantjies at 10. The back line is just ridiculous. Forster, Mapu, Skozan and Kudzir, of course, lining up, making most of that back line up. They are dangerous and they will not be easily beaten, and they'll want to go and take the W from one of the subscriber sides. We are all set for kickoff here. It is the Lions in the away strips. You see them on screen there now, the white and red. The Guardians in the blue and red. They're at home. They've got the home strip advantage. Kickoff from Jantjies goes straight to the Guardians, and it's an early run there from Shepherd, who loses the ball straight away as well, and it's turnover straight back into the Lions, and a forward pass from Skozan as he looked to find Kriel, and we will be coming back for the first scrum of the match. Boy, these sides really come out of the blocks quickly, don't they?
Crouch.
That is the first mistake of the game. Now we get to test the scrum of the Guardians of the Crib. See whether they've got what it takes here against the Lions. Oh no, the Lions, they fight back. It's their ball, they say. They want it back, and they will get it too. Great scrum here from the South African-based Super Rugby franchise. Cronje goes out left side. They miss out. Mapu goes to Skozan. Looks to him and converts. And he will lose his ball. Surely no! He hangs on! Well played, Skozan. It's a good little run. It's Dreyer going out wide. They sub it back inside. Dreyer again, keeping things alive. Inside ball! It's got to be Kriel. They've got to score here. They keep it alive somehow. The Lions doing everything right. They are just a couple of meters short. Somehow they hang on to the ball as well. Mostert goes back. Jantjies goes out wide, and oh, he's put in a terrible pass to Jantjies. He's not given the service, and Smith somehow has stayed in the field of play. It's there for Van Rooyen, keeping it alive, and a tidy run there from Quagga Smith. The Guardians on the back foot early. Skozan has come all the way in. This time it is Forster. Still there for them. Ackerman goes short, changes directions. Little blindside run, little grubber kick through, and Lamb will let that go, dead and goal. Cronje not quite putting it on the money. Needed a little bit shallower, you could say, and let it sit up in the end goal. No real chases either. So the Guardians get a reprieve here. Butler slaps this one downfield into the gap. Oh, well taken. Kudzir at the back does brilliantly. And now the Lions continue to attack. Worcester's knocked that on. Lynch has picked it up and been smashed. Huge tackle from Quagga Smith. Can they turn that great defence into attack? Here's Hunt looking for Clark. Theo Clark breaks straight through. That'll be first try for the Guardians. Theo Clark scores. Well, it's the back rowers who are tearing this game apart. One chance, one try for the Guardians. Theo Clark is the scorer. First try of the season for the Guardians. Mike Hunt did brilliantly down the left side. He is becoming a dangerous little player. But the speed and, modern rugby these days, flankers are quick. Hunt was never going to make it, but a beautiful ball inside, and it was a foot race, you see. There was Jaco Kriel, and he was the only one going to stop him. He's quick enough as it is. Those two went toe-to-toe. Eventually, though, it was Clark that put the ball in. So this game has been very unstructured. Neither side really happy to go to a breakdown. They'd prefer to throw the pass. And Dom Butler will be taking the shots at goal right in front. An easy one to get his season underway. First points for Butler. First points for the Guardians. And they go to Theo Clark. 7-0 the score. Guardians over the Lions. After the Lions started with a hiss and a roar, and they've fallen off the pace quite drastically straight away. As soon as they lost the ball, their defence was called to question. And now they'll attack again here. Here's Butler. Chooses to pass. And Toronto getting the ball away. Oh, intercepted! Here come the Lions! Gonna be a try this time! Release. Oh, wow! How did they not score off that intercept? The Guardians had to hold tight. Skosan goes short. They turn around the other way. Here is Dreyer. Tried to do it all himself. They are just a few metres out now. Left side, Van Rooyen keeps it alive. Oh, there's so many numbers out here. It's got to be a try here for the Lions. Little grubber inside. This will be a try. Try the Lions. Perfectly executed. Who scored that? I couldn't tell you. There was a pile of bodies. Andres Ferreira, the second rower. Watch this though. Who was this out wide? It was Vorster getting the ball out to Skosan, who slipped it in. And the big man, it was a battle between De Normanville and Ferreira. And the Lions are back in the game. You saw them. They tried to put it through the hands, draw in the defenders. But they didn't anticipate the little centering grubber. And that puts the Lions on the board. Welcome to the Global Rugby Challenge. The Lions score their first points. Ferreira, their opening try scorer. It's all the forwards at the moment. Here's Young Cheese who chips that one over. And that is a great little, easy, simple conversion from Yankees. And the wind at the back of the Lions has them in this game now. 7-7 the score. We always see very tight first halves in these Global Rugby Challenge matches. Will we see one of the other sides take the initiative here? Is why they come, the Lions. They've got another opportunity. Coetzee does well. He slips it back inside. The Lions looking very dangerous. The Guardians struggling to contain them. Here's a kick away from Vorster. And back there, Fergus Lamb has a lot of work to do, and he'll be wise to place that down. He does. And they will turn that into a 22 dropout. Amazing game this we've already had. 3 games, all very different at the moment. Deep kick from Butler. And it's found back there from Coetzee. No one's back here at all. Trotman is trotting back. And he'll claim the ball. Is he going to run that well? There's far too many Lions players there for him to even be interested. They are closing down in a heartbeat. And this game has been slowed down drastically by the Lions. The Guardians, they're a team that likes to play up-tempo. They've slapped it long again. This time it's once again Coetzee. And he's this time gone for territory over the in goal. And a great kick by the Lions fullback. Pinning the Guardians down inside their own 22. Hunt, the captain for today. Smallest man on the paddock, throws to the front and Waller pulls it in. Butler, he's going to play the territorial game as well. Garner is flying down this right-hand wing. There's a big chase on red and blue jerseys. Oh, what a run there. And they turn it around here. The Lions break away. It's Kriel back inside. He goes to Vorster.
Release.
How about that breakaway down the left from Coetzee, who is just cleaning up at the moment. Kick away this time. And Yankees looks for the corner. Lamb's got it covered. Lynch is there as well. They fire it wide. Fagan looking. Oh my goodness me! Wow, what a huge tackle there. High, and again, third match, fourth card. Well, shades of Super Rugby all about this competition. And do they kick it? No, they're not going to go to half-time. Butler, he goes himself, he's chipped it. That was a poor mistake there from Butler. He backed himself, he saw no one there, and he tried to have a stab. The Lions, they pile in the numbers. They've got this ball back. They're a man down, but like we seen last episode, you don't need 15 men to make it inroads into a defence.
Release.
Close to the sideline from Skozan, and the Guardians once again look to make it pay. Go wide, Mostert slips it back inside. Great offloading here. And Stryer once again tries to thunder his way through. Butler slow to get back on side. Well, great ball there from Ackerman. Is this a drop goal? Is it a kick? Looks like a kick, and there is in goal. Lamb will place it down, and that will be half time. What a first half of action we have had here between the Guardians and the Lions. And it's been a tight one. On the scoreboard it says 7-7, but you look at these stats and the Lions should be a bit annoyed. They aren't leading this one by more. Well, leading it at all, I should say. 63% of possession, 64% of territory. The Lions have been the better team from that first half, but they've got to be careful because we've seen last episode the Celtic Dragons absolutely crushed it in the second half to a big victory. But look at the Lions, 6 line breaks to 2. They need to keep that up in the second half. Well, this could be it's a complete turnaround once again. Do the Guardians have it in the tank? Are the Lions going to falter? We have an absolutely exciting looking second half coming up. This one should go the distance. It is all tied up at half time. 7-7 between the Guardians of the Crib and the Emirates Lions. The kicking battle has been a very even one as well. Both of the sides kicking often and kicking long. Neither have really gained the incentive in that area. Here's Butler kicking off the second half for the Guardians, and De Normanville is charging upfield and puts in a huge tackle on Yankees again. Here's Trotman. Oh, Trotman! He just about sidestepped himself there. He went that many times. Here's a run away. Nicely done from Elliot Williams, finding space out here for Waller. Guardians have to be careful here, trying to force their way into this game. They're going to go back to their fly half, and Don Butler tries to use the breeze, which they do have in the second spell. They find Coetzee. This one holds up. Back there is Lamb. Lamb, oh, that surely is offside. He's been pulled down by a player he thought was not involved in the game. Now they look left side. Fagan, oh, there's so many numbers here. They've got to make him pay. Trotman, not really what he wanted, but Theo Clark's on the ball. He's got a man with him. It is, of course, Oliver Elliott Williams, who scampers down the sideline and scores a great try for the Guardians. Not a speedster, but a clinical finisher nonetheless. And the first try for his season, and now the second for the Guardians. Oliver Elliott Williams, a great name, but Theo Clark is the name on everyone's tongue at the moment. Great chase across from Cronje, but he knew the way in there, and Elliott Williams scores, and the Guardians take the lead. De Normanville was flourishing around that to play as well, couldn't get his hands on the ball, but clinical at the end there, and Theo Clark is becoming a real key to this Guardians side. Great to see the centres now getting into the scoring. We've seen a lot of forwards do the damage in this series so far. Butler probably with the hardest kick of the whole competition so far. Way out on the left, Wind as well, cutting the ball to the left side, but he judges it beautifully. And Butler adds another 2. It is 14-7. Guardians take the lead, but do not count the Lions out just yet. We still have half an hour to play. This is the stage of the game where penalties, drop goals, things like that really come into the act. Clark has picked up a loose ball.
Release.
Just takes contact very nicely, very quickly, very easily. It's Jake Waller. He's all alone though. This is a bit of a concern for him. He throws a desperate pass, but it is pulled in and Lynch makes the tackle. Good work from the Lions, changing that around. Trotman, work to do for him on defence. Great play, inside ball, finding lots of numbers here. And is eventually there for Yankees, who takes a tackle inside the 10-metre line. Smith doing well there. You see him with the ball in hand now as they look to now change it to the left side. Oh, a dodgy tackle missed there, and inside it goes to Malcolm Marks. Coronia changes directions there from Ackerman. Backwards they go, the Lions. Another one in the tank here for them as Marks goes out wide again. This is Smith this time inside. He looks for Yankees, who's all out there alone. Malcolm Marks, speaking of all alone, is bundled into touch. Can never quite make that full break, can they, the Lions? They threaten, but just seem to corner themselves away from their support. And as we near the hour mark, Mike Hunt has not thrown that straight. A big error, I should say, from a very experienced player. And look at those two, to Normanville and Hunt. They've been through hell and back together. That camaraderie between those front rowers has to hold this team well. They do hold a slender lead though, 14-7. It's not going to be enough surely to win this game. Oh, but look at them, the front rowers. Oh, they respond well, and they get this ball straight back. Looking for the kick away, Lynch just trying to clear his 22. He goes high, and look who it is. Theo Clark, you can't count him out. Kutsia
Release.
tries to continue on his hard work here. Van Ruin. Back to halfway they are. There for Ackerman. Oh, the big number 8s they meet there. Shepherd puts the pain on Ackerman. They are both big units as well. This could be a turnover here for the Guardians. They could do this now. They're turning the ball. It's Lynch. Goes away to Guest. Guest keeps the support in tow. Garner keeps it alive. Delormanville. Away to Shepherd. Shepherd's still got a man. This is fly half. Butler going alone. Steps inside one. Butler will go in. That's a great try for the Guardians. The series of fly halves continues. We've had tries for all of them. Pullman, Inch, and now Butler. That one, though, was a beautiful try from the Guardians. He had so much to do, stepped inside two defenders, and then made that angled run inside the cover defence, outside what he had beaten, and he did it beautifully. Shepherd was superb. That pass, you don't expect a great pass from a big number 8 all the time, but Michael Shepherd put it on a platter, and Butler had the skills to put it to bed. So good night so far for Don Butler. He's got a few points off the tee, and now he's got himself a try. Now here he is again. Stepping up, taking the shot. As you'd expect, a great kick there from Don Butler, and over it goes. He's got the try, he's got the conversion, and he is racking up a points haul, 21-7. The Guardians are looking good here against the Lions. This game wears on. The Guardians are starting to build that ascension they need over the Lions. Back underway we go through Yankees. He's giving it straight. Oh my goodness me! And that is another yellow card. Oh no, we've seen 5 in 3 matches. That is a big mistake from Mapu, and away he goes for a 10-minute rest. Butler with the win. Oh, that is extraordinary from Butler. That looked like it was going to fall short of the touchline, but wow. 5-man line now called. Hunt, well, he threw it not straight last time. This time hits it perfectly. Lynch, away to Butler. Confidence is up for the fly half. He slides through, finds St. Normanville, and put a bonus point bow on this game for the Guardians. Luke de Normanville scores. Front row squad is back. It all started, of course, with Hunt, and then it finished with number 1, Luke de Normanville. Butler slips through. De Normanville was there. They tried to cover him up, but he had just enough to get away from Kutsia. What a game this has been. We've finally seen some confidence starting to come through on some players. Dom Butler, definitely the one I'm talking about here in this game. His confidence, he just passed early stages since that try where he absolutely skinned two men and then put the ball away for the try. Now he has taken on the line, and that singly and solely created that try for Luke de Normanville. 26-7. We have no time left. The yellow cards have killed the Lions. 2 in the match, and the Guardians of the Crib, well, they took full toll. They've scored 4 tries, just picking up the bonus point, and now they leave the All Flakes, the only side so far to have played, not to pick up the bonus points. Emphatic victory, 21 points, they win by 28-7 the score. It was 7-all at one point in the first half. At half time even, it was 7-all, but the Lions, they did not offer much in the second half either. They did look good throughout. Their offloading kept them alive, but they just kept cornering themselves with their running from side to side. No one took it through the middle, and that is really what the Lions lacked. 4 tries to 1. The one try coming for Ferreira, it was a beauty as well. And it was that change of directions. They went from corner to corner. This time, it was the kick from Skozan that put it into the middle. And Ferreira was trundling on through. He beat the other try scorer for the Guardians, de Normanville, to score their only points. Yankees put it over as well to give them 7. And at that point, they went to half-time with the scoreline at 7-7. As for the Guardians, though, they come back hard. It was the Theo Clark try in the first half that got their account underway, but then it was tries for Oliver Elliott-Williams. A great try that was as well. For Dom Butler, he upped the ante even more with another stunner before it was all finished off in tame fashion by Luke de Normanville. Dom Butler got a big points haul as well. 8 off the tee, 5 on the try, giving him a nice little tally of 13 of the 28, but he was flawless off the tee, 4 out of 4. What do the stats tell us? Possession just edged by the Guardians, but territory went the other way to the Lions. Penalties conceded, that is what cost them, resulting in yellow cards. 20 minutes again, we said this in the first game. 20 minutes without a man on the field, being down to 14, is not good enough. You can't win consistently with those errors. High tackles, that was the error. They were, of course, as well, in strange places inside the Guardians' own half, where you'd think you got to put pressure on in better ways than that to try and turn the ball over, and just giving away opportunities to make a result on your side. Kicks were very fluent throughout, 14 each side, as each team tried to make use of the wind when they could. Round 1 is now 3 out of 4 games complete. We've seen a close one, we've seen a contrasting one, and then we've seen a grind down result from the Guardians. 3 very different matches from 3 very different teams. And next up, though, we have defending champions, the Cornflakers, up against the Scarlets. This one is going to be huge. Who's going to take out this 4th and final match for the round? We'll find out next episode. For today, though, we'll just recap here, seeing what the table looks like. We see the Celtic Dragons are still at the top with a 32-point victory, all coming in the second half against Toulon. Then the Guardians sit second, another 5-point win as they put the Lions to the sword after a very tight first half as well. The All Flakes, though, they were the only team that really struggled through their game against the Crusaders. You've got to say for them, yellow cards definitely did decide that fixture, as did the Guardians game as well. Still one team to go, that is the Flakers, and they are up against the Scarlets next episode. Let's have a look at that fixtures list. Final game of the round before the All Flakes are back in action for the opening game of round number 2 up against the Exeter Chiefs. We have 3 games at the end, Munster versus the Guardians, the Scarlets up against the Celtic Dragons, and the Lions up against the Cornflakers. All road trips there for those 3 as we finish out the round of a home game for the Flakers. So that is it for the 3rd game of the series and the 3rd game of round 1. You can all look forward now. Flakers fans and players, you're next up against the Scarlets. They are the champions, of course, from the Pro 12/now 14. So big pressure here on the Scarlets to do some damage, but we've seen these subscriber sides do finish very, very strong. So hopefully more success for the defending champions. That does wrap me up for today's episode. Hope you've all enjoyed the run out there for the Guardians, having seen your player hopefully in action. Of course, as always, Let me know of any pronunciation errors I'm making or anything like that. And if you did not see your player in action here in this first round so far for those 3 teams, do not fear. Each team only has 7 subs, which will be all coming on for game 2. So all 7 substitute players will be starters in the second game. So there'll be a lot of carryover. A lot of you will play the second match as well, but you will all get game time every second round, if not every round as well. So you can all look forward to that, how well your team goes as well, and seeing your player in action. So thanks for tuning in as always. Hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I'll see you all next time for the Flakers up against the Scarlets. Until then, take care.